The only thing that can make the South Shore better in the summer would be some good old-fashioned summer stock. Up until now, you would have to travel down the Cape for summer stock. But now the Priscilla Beach Theater is up and running, fully renovated, and gearing up for their summer season. PCN stopped by to tour the new theater and learn a little bit about what is so special about the 2015 summer season.
2 years ago, the dilapidated ruins of a historic barn theater were on the verge of crumbling. Only the quiet whispers of the days of Paul Newman and Rob Reiner kept the skeleton of the building standing, along with the love of reputed artistic director Geronimo Sands and its two new investors, Bob and Sandy Malone. With a deep passion for theater that knew no bounds, Bob Malone began a journey to restoring the theater to its original glory, with some added improvements.
We started this project about a year ago, and the barn, if anybody had seen it before, the before shot was pretty stark. It was leaning over and falling down, and certainly wouldn't have survived this past winter. So what we had to do is a total kind of structural remediation, replace most all the structural components, and then we had to do new siding, new floors, new roof, add in an ADA compliant bathroom for the addition. And that took us right up until the fall, so we got most of the structural stuff done by the fall, and then in the winter we were able to kind of focus on the inside, doing the seats and the soft goods on in the fly area for the curtains and all that, and the lights, and that brings us to now. Okay. So this new structure, obviously the big thing that it has, it's structurally sound. So that's, check that box. It didn't have that before. But now it's a much more conducive for the theater, for the shows themselves, not only for the audience. We have tiered seating, which we didn't have before, but on stage we have more areas that the directors can kind of incorporate into the shows themselves. You'll see loft areas on stage right and stage left that are much more usable. We have a much more advanced lighting system and sound system that goes with it. And we have kind of a more functioning fly area than we've had in the past. We've also brought in projection elements so that we can have some scenic projection. If anybody goes to Broadway shows, they'll often see it's used pretty frequently at this point. We'll be able to also do that. We have a rear projector at this point that will be going in. That'll be part of it. And then we have great dressing rooms and green rooms for the actors, which we really didn't have much before.
The real dream lives in recreating the traditional summer stock training grounds that led the way for some of the greatest theatrical artists known today. Achieving that goal makes Priscilla Beach once again home to future stage stars and screen actors.
We have a resident company that will be living here this year, which has always been our dream when we bought this, to go back to what it used to be. So we'll have a resident company. We'll have about 15 actors and staff living on campus throughout the summer. That will be the main actors in the shows themselves.
The restoration, costing into the millions, promises an exciting first season for the fully operational new barn theater. Malone explains that this is especially meaningful for him.
This season is going to be awesome. This is, we've had the benefit of, when we bought this 2 years ago, we had our inaugural season. The barn wasn't ready, so we did stuff out, side, and it was great kind of that first year, and there's something very special about that. We have the benefit of having that first year again with the barn, so we're excited about that. Being in the barn, it's so special. There's something magical about being in that space, and anybody that's performed there or seen shows in there, they know it, they feel it. This year we have two big shows on that main stage, in the barn stage. We do Fiddler on the Roof, that opens July 10th, and we do Chicago, that opens August 7th. Two great shows, some of my favorite shows. Fiddler on the Roof in particular, there's something very special about that show. It's the first show I personally was on stage in. I was at the very end, there's these two little boys that come on, and I was one of those boys, and we have this great picture of that. There was a group of people from Tufts here at the time. One of those people, Ron Fassler, went on, had a great career in television and Broadway, and now he's back, and I asked him, as a personal favor to me, if he'd come back and direct the first show that we did. So he's coming back, so he's the director, which is over-the-top great for us. We're very excited. And then Michael Hammond, who's a well-known director here in the South Shore, is directing Chicago, and he's awesome. And we can't be happier for the kind of the staff that we have prepared for that. We have another 13
with music, laughter, tears, joy, This once empty space, made holy again by the will and investment of the Malones, will no doubt live for another 100 years. Reporting from the Priscilla Beach Theater in Plymouth, I'm Maureen Bates, PACTV Community News.